Hello everyone, welcome to Ascendant Signs, and today in this video I will be talking about the retrograde motion of Jupiter which is happening in the sign of Aries starting from 4th of September 2023 till 31st of December 2023. So it's a span of around 118 days when Jupiter will be in its retrograde motion. If I talk about the related planetary influences which are going to impact this motion of Jupiter, then the first thing which I must talk about is the conjunction of Rahu and Jupiter. Rahu is inherently a retrograde planet, and now Jupiter is turning retrograde. Most important part here is that on 4th of September Jupiter is turning retrograde. So now Jupiter is in its stationary mode. It is preparing for this retrograde motion. From last 4 or 5 days you must have been looking into the fact that wheresoever the sign Aries lies in your horoscope, certain changes are coming. Now that can be good, that can be bad, that's a matter of fact that when we will discuss the ascendant wise impact, then we can understand that what is happening actually. But you will see that wheresoever the sign Aries lies in your horoscope, you will see certain changes are coming. Like suppose if it is happening in your 7th house, then is there any differences of opinion or some kind of conflict between the partners? Now that can be many more things, but I'm just giving one hint that is it like that. Look into the fact that if Aries is happening to be your 7th house or not. Okay. Now Jupiter on 4th of September onwards, when Jupiter turns retrograde, you will see that Jupiter will move towards Rahu, or you can say that Jupiter will move towards the sign of Pisces, although Jupiter is not changing the sign, but it will move towards its own sign Pisces. Now when we talk about Rahu, there is a transit of Rahu is also coming about. If we talk about the Rahu transit, two things which I must clarify is that one transit of Rahu is associated with mean Rahu, the another transit of Rahu is associated with true Rahu. True Rahu is the original longitudinal degrees or the original placement of Rahu. Mean Rahu is calculated mathematically, that is the mean value of longitudinal degrees. In the month of October, that is on 30th of October, there is a Rahu transit. That is, Rahu is changing its sign from Aries to Pisces because Rahu moves backwards. So on 30th of October 2023, mean Rahu is changing the sign, not the true Rahu. Mind it, it is very essential to understand that. On 30th of October 2023, mean Rahu is changing the sign, it is moving into the sign of Pisces. On 29th of November, true Rahu is changing the sign. That means till 29th of November, true Rahu will be in the sign of Aries itself. Although it will be coming very closer to the interface between the Aries and Pisces, that is the fire-water interface, but it is changing the sign on 29th of November, that is the true Rahu, but while the mean Rahu has already changed by then, that is on 30th of October 2023. So you can just visualize the fact that suppose true Rahu hasn't changed the sign till 29th of November and Jupiter is coming backwards towards Rahu, that is the true Rahu. So it will intensify the impact of this conjunction of Jupiter and Rahu as the days goes by, and we will, every one of us will start feeling this kind of impact starting from next 15 or 20 days. You will see, means after 4th of November, after 4th of September, after 4th of September when Jupiter turns retrograde, next 15 or 20 days we will feel this impact more. Some kind of elusive energies, some kind of conflict, some kind of disturbances. I will call it disturbances because Jupiter is wisdom, And here disturbances can be at that knowledge level, means we may feel that this is not correct, that is correct. That will be the impact of Rahu. Rahu will make us feel like that. And since both the planets are retrograding towards the sign of Pisces, and what is Pisces? Pisces has the energy of higher realm, something which is unknown to us, something which is very imaginative, something which is as deep as some deep ocean. So it may lead to some kind of indulgence, and that has something to do with the Revati Nakshatra also, because Revati Nakshatra is a very beautiful nakshatra, very creative. So there can be some feel good factor all of a sudden. In next 15 to 20 days you will feel that some feel good factor is coming within us. We will feel that everything is so good. Now what everything means? The work which we are associated with, wheresoever the sign Aries and Pisces lies in your horoscope, you will feel that everything is okay. Whatever we have done, whatever decisions we are taking, everything is perfect. But that can be truly an illusion. But we may not get into the truth of that illusion until and unless Saturn turns direct. Now why Saturn? Because at this moment of time, one thing which is restricting this influence of Rahu, that is Saturn. Saturn's third aspect falling on the sign of Aries. So Saturn's aspect is creating some kind of limitations, restrictions. Nevertheless, it is restricting the Aries, that impact of Aries significance also, and something related to Jupiter also, but more about Rahu. And now when Jupiter moves towards more closer to true Rahu, this illusion factor may increase. On 4th of November, Saturn turns direct. So till 4th of November, this kind of feelings can be there within us. So this is highly essential that we follow the right things in our life, the things which are associated with righteousness, empathy, love, affection, compassion. Because Aries is the first house of the natural zodiac, it is the first sign. It is a fiery sign and something related to ego also, because first house. When we talk about ego, then first house and fifth house is concerned. So here, since it is first house, so ego will be there. So out of ego, we may feel that whatever we are doing or whatever we are thinking, we are doing correct. And since it is Rahu energy, so what will happen? It will make you feel like that more. Or it may also happen that you may try to neglect the traditional knowledge or wisdom. You may feel that no, that is only correct, this is wrong. This kind of feelings. That will be more till 4th of November, because Saturn is retrograding now. After Saturn turns direct, the impact of Saturn will increase, because Saturn will become direct. That time Saturn's discipline, hard-working methodologies will slowly become predominant. So that time, even though we may get into some kind of indulgence, all of a sudden some reality will hit. Practical knowledge will come in front of us. Or we may feel that yes, might be we must reconsider the events or the thinking. So this kind of feelings can be there. After 4th of November till 31st of December, you will see that impact of Rahu and this Jupiter retrogression will be there, but Saturn will try to control it. One more thing, now it may depend upon the our thoughts also, like some people may take mean Rahu, some people may take true Rahu. For both of them I am saying, like suppose if you are considering mean Rahu, then you will obviously consider that after 30th of October Rahu is changing the sign into the sign of Pisces, and someone who considers true Rahu, for them they will take 29th of November. Okay, in either of the cases, who is the dispositor of Rahu? After Rahu enters the sign of Pisces, who is the dispositor of Rahu? Jupiter. And Jupiter and Rahu will then make 2-12 combination. Now Jupiter will be transiting second house from Rahu, and Rahu will be transiting 12th house from Jupiter. That time means after Rahu transit has already been happened. So it is making 2-12. So in Vedic astrological principles, 2-12 combinations are not considered good. Okay. So in this case, what may happen? You may feel that at the subconscious level, there is so much illusion going on, because since Rahu will be transiting 12th from Jupiter, so although Jupiter will try to bring some kind of wisdom, some kind of good things, okay, after Rahu transit has already happened, so temporarily you may feel that now the Guru Chandal Yoga has been cleared off, so now the things are going to be perfect, or you may feel like that. But don't worry, the good thing here is that, you can take it good or bad, whatever it is, Jupiter will be retrograding in the sign of Aries till 31st of December. It is moving towards Pisces. It will seek the energy of Pisces, although it is not changing the sign, but it will seek the energy of Pisces. So at the subconscious level there can be high level of illusion. So it is very essential that we must look into certain things. First thing is that in our day-to-day work, whatever schedule you are following or whatever work you are doing, specifically someone associated with education, knowledge, wisdom or learning, for them this planetary energies are going to be very vital, very crucial. More essentially, we should always follow try to follow the right things in life, because Rahu will try to create its own illusion, its own energies. Because what Rahu feels that if I want that, I will get it hook or crook, this kind of feeling. So many things are on the way, so many things may happen. And one more thing I will add here is that at this moment of time, Jupiter and Saturn, they are activating the sign of Aries and Leo by their position or by their aspect. Aries and Leo, and after Jupiter turns retrograde, Saturn is already retrograde. Now after Jupiter turns retrograde, so what will happen? Now the combined retrograde energy of Jupiter and Saturn will activate Aries and Leo. So wheresoever the sign Aries and Leo lies in your horoscope, and anything related to those houses, if anything or any significations which you are trying hard, you are doing some hard work related to it, but it is not happening, but you are not getting success, or it is remaining pending, now after Jupiter turns retrograde, those work may turn into success. Those things may get solved, or you may get some new kind of wisdom, you may get some new kind of solutions related to that. Okay, now there are different ways of looking into it. Like suppose if you are having retrograde Jupiter in your horoscope, and now Jupiter is retrograding in presence of Rahu in the sign of Aries, so what will happen? You may get inspired to do any work or do any work on any project which you may feel that I can do it. If anyone cannot do it, I can do it. So what happens? This will improve your specialization powers. Like suppose any work which may seem difficult or impossible to others, you may feel no, I can do it easily. This kind of energies. Now this is the positive energy. This will improve the innovative technology, scientific research, looking into the fact that Jupiter will move towards Rahu. So suppose this can create some kind of positive energies related to education sector, learning sector, where new ideas, innovation, technology or new methodologies may come in front of us, every one of us. Like new rules and regulations may set up related to knowledge and education. Now that is not associated with any particular country or city, that can be overall also, because Jupiter is wisdom, Jupiter is higher learning. Okay, and Rahu is technology, Rahu is basically innovation. This kind of thing may happen, or as I said, that this may improve your specialization powers. Like suppose someone who is very good in some kind of work, so he or she may get more success in that particular specialization, even more than other people, if they have that retrograde Jupiter energy in their horoscope. So that will be activated more. To add to it, suppose someone going through the dasha of Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu or Mars, so for them it will impact more. So depending upon the horoscope, depending upon the natal placement of the planets in your birth chart, or wheresoever the sign Aries, Pisces or Sagittarius lies in your horoscope, because Sagittarius is also ruled by Jupiter. So you will see that those areas are getting impacted, or those significations are becoming the prime focus now. Okay, so I will say that anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. Okay, all the links are given down in the description section, and I will request every one of you that if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. So now I will start the impact of this retrograde Jupiter for all the 12 ascendant signs, but I will also request you at the same time that first watch it from your ascendant sign to understand the physical manifestations which are actually happening in reality in front of you, related to the sign of Aries with respect to your ascendant. Okay, watch it from your ascendant then, and then check it from your moon sign also, because see, it is a transit of 118 days. It's a big transit of this retrograde motion of Jupiter. So watch it from your moon sign also, so that you can understand that how it is impacting you emotionally, at your mental level, on your mind. Okay, that will give you more proper, better insight. So first from your ascendant, then secondly check it from your moon sign. So now let us start for all the 12 ascendant signs. So starting with the Aries ascendant people, Jupiter rules your 9th house and 12th house, and Jupiter is retrograding in your first house in the presence of Rahu. So basically this is a time when you can think of restarting your higher education, or suppose if you are thinking to go for some kind of higher education, or getting inspired by something related to technology or innovative ideas or scientific research, in that case this transit of Jupiter is going to be highly beneficial for you. Jupiter will be impacting your 5th house. So this will also allow you to improve your creative skills with more creativity and innovative ideas, specifically when you are expressing it in front of the world. It will allow you to make more smart work, to smartly present your innovative ideas while learning, and also showing your talent in front of the world. Now since Jupiter is impacting your first house and 5th house, so this also means, in the presence of Rahu, this also means that on certain matters you will try to rush, because your management skills, your decision making and planning is getting impacted by this Jupiter and Rahu. So on certain matters you may get into some kind of elusive ideas, or you may take certain decisions which you may not consider it out of wisdom rather than out of illusion. So on that matter you have to work hard, because now Jupiter is moving towards Rahu. So this Rahu will make you do the work more quickly, because it is transiting in the sign of Aries at this moment of time. But if you work on this regard with proper wisdom, then that will be highly beneficial for you. Okay. Jupiter is directly impacting your 7th house, it is aspecting your 7th house. So this also indicates that certain matters related to your partnership, now that can be at the personal or professional level, means in a relationship also, in married life also, or it can be related to between two business partners. Certain conflict can be there which needs to be taken care of. Since it is Jupiter, is a benefic planet for you, so it means that if you take care regarding those things, that will be resolved. Some illusion can be there because of that Rahu, some conflict of interest can be there, okay, but that will be resolved with due time, because later on when Rahu changes the sign, so that time Jupiter's impact on 7th house will help you. Now suppose if you are not in a relationship, then don't forget that 7th house is also the house of public image, so you should stick to righteous things, your dharma, honesty and truthfulness. That will give you very good results, looking into the fact that Saturn is also impacting the 1st house, it is aspecting the 1st house by its 3rd aspect. So your dharma and your karma should be adhered to proper righteousness. Jupiter will be impacting your 9th house. Now this 9th house impact has two sides results. Like in one way, what I can see, that it will be highly beneficial for learning. If you are thinking for any kind of foreign travels or moving to some foreign place, in that regard also this Jupiter's transit is going to be highly beneficial for you. On other regards, since Jupiter is your 9th lord and 9th lord is retrograding in the 1st house in connection with Rahu, so this also indicates that there can be some kind of conflict of interest between you and your father or even the elders of your family. Why elders of your family? Because Jupiter is also the significator of the 2nd house. Okay, so these are the matters which you need to be taken proper care of. So in that regard, this transit of Jupiter in the retrograde motion can be beneficial for you. So you have to plan the events in that way. So that's it for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograding in your 12th house, and Jupiter happens to be your 8th lord and 11th lord. Now since it is your 8th lord retrograding in the 12th house in the presence of Rahu, and it is getting aspect of Saturn. Now all these things I am saying because Jupiter, for the Taurus ascendant people, Jupiter happens to be a functional malefic planet. Okay, so we have to take the prediction in that way. So first of all, the first thing which I will say is that someone who is going through anything related to liver ailment or weight gain or something related to fatty liver or even diabetes, these are the problems which are associated with Jupiter normally. So if you are going through this kind of things, then this retrograde Jupiter will help you in one regard, that if you take care regarding your health, if you be more health conscious, then this Jupiter transit will be beneficial for you. Okay, because this retrograde Jupiter will be like it will bring you new solutions for you. Okay, it will help you out in that regard. Another thing is that Rahu, after Rahu leaves the 12th house and it moves in the 11th house, means during this period Rahu will be transiting to your 11th house. So that time, and Jupiter is also retrograding, it also indicates that it will open new kind of doors or opportunities for development, growth, income or incoming of wealth. This kind of possibilities I can see. Specifically, suppose if you are associated with any kind of work or business where you need to deal with foreign clients, or suppose if you are working in a multinational company, or by any chance if you are associated with any work related to import or export of goods or something related to that kind of business, in that case this Jupiterian retrogression will give you very good results, looking into the fact that in a few months time Rahu will move into your 11th house. Jupiter, since it is retrograding in the 12th house, this also indicates that if you are thinking for relocation, or if you are thinking to change your residence or moving to some other place, this energy of Jupiter will help you out. You may all of a sudden get some opportunity of income or new income source during this particular transit of Jupiter. Okay, now Jupiter will be aspecting your 6th house also, and your 8th house also, because Jupiter's 9th aspect basically will fall in the 8th house, and its 7th aspect will fall into the 6th house, and it is transiting in the 12th house. So basically Jupiter is activating your 6, 8, 12 houses. So this is a time, overall I will say that overall health has to be taken care of. Although since it is retrograde, it will give you opportunity to improve your health on certain matters which I said before, but still I will say that since it is activating your Dusthana houses 6, 8, 12, so during this particular time proper health care, proper health discipline is very essential. Another thing, during this particular time, since it is activating your 8th house and 6th house, proper management of day-to-day activities, following proper routine, righteousness is very essential. In that way it will give you very good results. Okay, so that's it for the Taurus ascendant people. For the Gemini ascendant people, Jupiter's retrogression is happening in the 11th house. Now normally transit of Jupiter in the 11th house is considered very good, and Jupiter is retrograding in the 11th house. I will say that this transit is a very good transit, very good energy, because this Jupiter will bring about some good changes with regards to your prosperity, your improvement and growth and development in your life, with regards to your work and business. This will bring some opportunity regarding improving the trade and business. Suppose if you are thinking to expand your work, in that regards also this Jupiter is going to give you very good results. Another thing is that it will also bring new opportunity regarding your work, or suppose if you are awaiting some kind of good news with regards to your work or with regards to your development, promotion or improvement in your income, in that regard also this Jupiter is going to give you very good results. Now looking into the fact that in few months Rahu will change the sign. Rahu will move on to your 10th house for the Gemini people. So that regard, this Jupiter retrograde motion will not only bring income, growth and development, but also with your hard work it can allow you to reach some level or heights in your profession, in your work, or like suppose with constant hard work it can also allow you to reach to the some high level of growth and development, okay, and achieve your aims and ambitions. Now since Jupiter is retrograde in the 11th house and Jupiter is looking on to the 7th house, this also indicate that you may all of a sudden get some proposals or some kind of something related to that regarding relationship or collaboration. Now collaboration can be at the business level, like suppose if you are associated in a business partnership, you may all of a sudden get some opportunity to collaborate, and at the personal level also you may get some proposals of even relationship or something related to marriage also. Or suppose if you are thinking to or you are some kind of something in your mind it is there regarding your marriage or something like that, in that case also you may get some news. Now here one more thing I will say, that since for the Gemini ascendant people, Jupiter happens to be your 7th lord, and it is not only about the 7th lord aspecting the 7th house, it is also about the 7th lord getting too close with Rahu. If you are in a relationship or partnership, in that regard I will say that this Jupiter retrograde motion can also create some kind of conflict, okay, between you and your partner. Some illusion can be there, something related to sorted out. Now since it is Jupiter under the concern, so that means if you can talk with that person freely, properly, nicely, then the problems will be resolved, then the problems will be solved, and that will give you really very good results. Means keeping your ego aside, if you can look into this matter, it will give you very good results. Jupiter will be aspecting your 3rd house and your 5th house, so this also indicates that if you are associated with any work related to communication or communication technology or creativity, or if you are thinking to improve your ideas related to your intelligence or creativity, in that regard this Jupiter retrogression is going to be highly beneficial for all the Gemini ascendant people. Okay, so make the most out of it. Another thing is that it is also going to be very good for your knowledge and education. Suppose if you are pursuing some kind of education related to technological ideas, research or scientific innovation and invention, in that case also this Jupiter transit is going to be highly beneficial for you. So make the most out of it. So that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, this transit of Jupiter in the retrograde motion is happening in the 10th house. Jupiter happens to be your 6th lord and your 9th lord. Now, normally the transit of Jupiter in the 10th house is considered very good because it not only improves the name, status and fame, but also it brings new opportunity. Okay, authority, development, and it is retrograde now in the presence of Rahu. So here I will rather take it very positively. Okay, some points are there which I will discuss, but I will take this transit very positively because normally Rahu also does very good in the 10th house. Okay, and now Jupiter will impact Rahu. I know Rahu is impacting Jupiter, but here Jupiter will impact Rahu. So this will give you proper wisdom in a more innovative manner in order to achieve the heights, goals in your life. So suppose if you are awaiting some kind of employment opportunity, or you are thinking to apply for some new place or new job or some kind of new office area, something like that, or you are thinking for some kind of new change in your job opportunity, in that regard this transit of Jupiter is going to be highly beneficial for you. Looking into the fact that Jupiter happens to be your 6th lord also. Okay, now 6th lord is job or service. It is retrograding in the 10th house. So this indicates that either you may get some change in your job or job profile, or you may get some new opportunity. Now since your 6th lord is in retrograde motion along with Rahu in the 10th house, this also indicates that you have to be careful with some people who may try to make some kind of office politics or something related to that. Okay, means there can be some people who may, means back of you, can try to make some kind of politics or some kind of things against you. So you have to be very careful regarding that and try to avoid any kind of conflict between you and your co-workers. Although in that regard Rahu will be highly beneficial. This transit of Rahu will help you out. It is not only about Jupiter, we have to see Rahu element also. Means even if someone is trying to create problems, this Rahu element, this energy of Rahu will really be helpful to you. Okay, one thing here has to be taken care of is that Jupiter is receiving the aspect of Saturn. Now Saturn is the 8th lord. It is retrograding in the 8th house. It is the 7th lord also, but here primarily we have to take the 8th house energy, because from 8th house Saturn is aspecting Jupiter. Okay, so there can be some kind of dissatisfaction at your work also. Means this dissatisfaction can be like that I deserve more better, so I have to achieve that heights. This kind of dissatisfaction can be there. So you have to take it positively and you have to work more hard in order to get the good results for that. Okay, Jupiter will be impacting your 4th house and your 2nd house. Jupiter is retrograding and it is moving towards Rahu. So here you have to be very careful regarding your family matters, your domestic matters. You have to put more efforts in order to maintain family and domestic happiness. There can be some kind of conflict of interest, or there can be some kind of argument between you and your near and dear ones, or maybe the family members. Okay, you have to take care regarding the health of your mother also during this particular time. Okay, So that's it for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, Jupiter is transiting in the 9th house and Jupiter is retrograding in the 9th house in the presence of Rahu. Now normally the transit of Jupiter in the 9th house is considered very good. It is retrograding now, so basically now it indicates that you have to bring up more hard working actions in front of you, and slowly and gradually you will see that your hard work is bringing good results for you, because looking into the fact that Jupiter is the significator of 9th house and it is retrograding in the 9th house, so that means, and in the presence of Rahu getting aspected by Saturn, so now you have to be like bring hard work, and then you will see that luck and fortune is also supporting you. If you solely think that my luck will favor me, I need to sit at one place, no, don't do that, okay, because this what Rahu will make you do. So that is how Rahu will play the game. Rahu will make you feel that yes, you are that feel good factor at which I was talking in the introduction part, okay. Rahu will make you feel that everything is so good, so nice, okay, but I will say that you have to bring the hard work, you have to be very channelized regarding the approach of your life, because that is what 9th house is all about, okay. Here one thing I will say you, suppose if you are thinking for restarting your education or going for some kind of higher education, or suppose if you are thinking to moving to some far away place, foreign place, which involves long distance travels, in that case this transit of Jupiter is going to be very beneficial, looking into the fact that Jupiter is your 8th lord for the Leo people. Jupiter is your 8th lord and it is retrograding in 9th house, and Rahu is also transiting in the 9th house, Saturn is also aspecting your 9th house. So here first thing which I will say that you have to be very careful regarding the health of your father, okay, health of your father and your relationship and bonding between you and your father. These are the two things you need to be very careful about. Another thing is that Jupiter will be impacting your 3rd house. It will aspect the 3rd house, so during this particular time you need to be also be very careful regarding what you are saying, to whom you are saying, what you are trying to convey, okay. Means your communication, there can be something like you wanted to say something but something else got expressed, this kind of feelings can be there. Another thing is the 9th house is also the house of dharma, righteousness, so you have to be like stick to the right things, because Rahu will make you feel that no, that is correct and that is not, this kind of feelings will be there, but you have to listen to your soul, you have to follow your conscience and make sure that you follow the things which are actually right. And suppose if some kind of Rahu element is playing its game, in that regard also you have to understand that what is good for you and what is not, and that regard you have to follow the right things, okay. Since Jupiter happens to be also your 5th lord, it is retrograding in the 9th house. Now this indicates that certain matters are there which you need to work upon regarding your creativity, regarding your skill set, or you have to research upon certain things in a more innovative way. It indicates that certain matters are there which are disturbing you from within, that should I learn it or not, or should I work on it or not, but you at the same time you might also feel lethargic. Now that lethargy is coming because of that Saturn turning retrograde. So as the days goes by, when Saturn turns direct on 4th of November, okay, that time it will give you really very good results. But now also the time has come when you have to think about it and you have to work on regarding your this creativity or learning new skill sets and working on your intelligence, creative intelligence basically. In that regard, this transit of Jupiter will be highly beneficial for you, okay. Jupiter will be impacting your 1st house. Normally the aspect of Jupiter on the 1st house is considered very good, but it is retrograde in influence of Rahu. So on certain matters you have to look onto your decision making, your discipline and your punctuality, because on certain matters you may feel that whatever you are doing correct, because that is what this Rahu will make this Jupiter, or you feel like that, okay, that whatever you are doing correct, but you have to think with your proper conscience that yes, what is actually correct and what is actually not correct. So your decision making has to be taken care of, your punctuality, your discipline. In that regard, this Jupiter is going to give you very good results, because don't forget, aspect of Jupiter on the first house is considered very auspicious. Okay, so you have to make use of it. You have to make use of your wisdom in a proper manner. Okay, for the not only for the benefit of you but also benefit of other people. Okay, that is what ninth house is all about. So that's it for the Leo ascendant people. For the Virgo ascendant people, Jupiter is transiting in the retrograde motion in the 8th house, and it happens to be your 4th lord and 7th lord. Now, since it is getting afflicted in the 8th house and it is moving more towards Rahu, so here I will say first thing that you need to be very careful regarding your health, specifically those people who are suffering something related to liver or liver ailment, weight gain or obesity, or diabetes. Okay, so these are the things, if you are having any kind of trouble regarding these things, you need to be very careful, or I will say that following more healthy practices, following more discipline and punctuality regarding your health and day-to-day life practices, that will give you really very good results. Because this Rahu transit in the 8th house, which is happening at this point of time, might make you more elusive. So it can make you feel that everything is so okay, everything is so good, but it is not. Okay. Now, why I am talking about all these things? Because 8th house is also the house of chronic diseases, apart from many other things. It is the house of longevity, basically, Ayurveda. That is why we call it Ayurveda. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding these things. Jupiter happens to be your 7th lord, retrograding in the 8th house, moving towards Rahu. So there can be some conflict of interest or disturbances between you and your partner, if you are in a partnership or a relationship. Now that can be at the professional level also, or at the personal level also. Certain matters are there which are not resolved yet. But since it is the planet Jupiter under consideration, you will be able to resolve it, but both the partners has to give time, had to sit and talk about the things freely. Then only the illusions will be discovered and it will be resolved. If there some kind of ego comes in between the partner, then the Rahu energy will be more predominant and Jupiterian wisdom will be overshadowed. So you have to work on that thing. As I say that it is the planet Jupiter under consideration, so that means there is a significant amount of chances that the problems will be resolved. Only the fact is that both the partners has to come and sit together and talk about the problems, sort it out. Okay. Suppose if you are already in married life, in that case you might get into some kind of conflict of interest or some kind of arguments, or some disturbances can be there between you and your in-laws. Means specifically if you are in a married life, Jupiter will be aspecting your 2nd house and it is retrograding in the 8th house. So some matter related to you and your family, some family matters can also create problems within you. Some anxiety can be there related to family or family matters. So you have to work on that particular thing also. During this time I will say that don't get into any kind of new investments or new investment ideas. It is not a right time to work on it. In fact, I will say that if you are thinking to get into any new collaboration or new business ideas, in that regard also I will say that you have to wait. Don't go for it now. Wait for it. Otherwise that can lead to some kind of elusive nature, or you may feel that everything is good, but later on you may find that things are not that great, but it seemed to be so great. Okay. Now, since Jupiter is your 7th lord, retrograding in the 8th house, moving towards Rahu, although Saturn is aspecting it from the 6th house, but Saturn happens to be your 5th lord also. So what I can see that all of a sudden you may start liking someone secretly, and you may also get chance to convey your thoughts to that person. Now that can disturb your present or current bonding or relationship also, so you have to be very careful regarding that. Now someone may say that if I am not in a relationship, if I am not in a partnership, so what? Then I will say that you have to work on your public image, because 7th lord is getting afflicted in the 8th house, retrograding in the 8th house. So you have to be more righteous, more thoughtful towards truth and justice. Okay, because now whatever what you do, you might get judged, or you may feel that everything is okay, but later on that can go against you. Okay, so you have to be very thoughtful and working with your soul and conscience regarding whatever actions you take or whatever word you speak. Okay, because 7th lord, Jupiter happens to be your 4th lord also, getting afflicted in the 8th house. So during this particular time, you have to be very careful regarding the health of your mother, bonding between you and your mother, and overall domestic happiness. Any matter related to your home, the house where you live in, may create some kind of insecurity or fear, or something related to home or house may be a reason of anxiety for you. So you have to work on those things. Okay, you have to put extra effort. That will give you much more better results. So that's it for the Virgo ascendant people. For the Libra ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograding in the 7th house. It is moving towards the Rahu energy. Jupiter happens to be your 3rd lord and 6th lord. So basically it is improvising the 6th house energy, because it is moving towards the 6th house. This indicates that certain matters between you and your partner is not well resolved. Some disturbances are getting created all of a sudden. You have to resolve it, because 6th house energy is getting prominent and it is getting afflicted also. Now since 6th house lord is getting afflicted in the 7th house, so that means although disturbances are there, but 6th lord is getting afflicted. So that means if you try and have a proper conversation between you and your partner, you will be able to resolve it. But if you feel that everything is okay and everything will become good, then that can also make the things more difficult, because more Jupiter moves towards Rahu, more there will be illusion, more there will be confusion between the understanding. There can be significant misunderstanding between you and your partner. Okay, now that can be at the business level also, at the professional or level also, at the personal level also. Means suppose if you are in a relationship, you are in your married life, means at the personal level also some problems can be there, and at the business level also there can be significant misunderstanding between you and your partner. So during this particular time, I will also say that if you are thinking to expand your business, or you are thinking to collaborate with some other business partner with some other business ideas, then I will say that until and unless you are completely sure about it, or you have not looked into each and everything, you should not go ahead. Although Rahu will bring that innovative ideas and new opportunities in front of you, but don't forget Jupiter happens to be your 6th lord. So look into the things very properly, very minutely, and then only go ahead. Okay, since it is happening in the 7th house, so this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding your public image. You may suddenly feel that people are judging you. If it is happening with you, please write it down in the comment. You may suddenly feel that people are judging you on your work, on your statement, on your actions. This kind of things can be there, and it has already started. So you have to be very careful regarding your image, your name, your fame, your status in front of the world. Okay, this is very essential now, because Jupiter is not only impacting your 7th house, it is aspecting your ascendant also. See, normally the aspect of Jupiter on the ascendant is considered good, but you have to see the dignity of the planet, correct? You have to see the lordship of the planet, very essential. You have to be more justice loving, truth loving, follow the righteousness, because Rahu may provoke you. It is happening in the 7th house, so Rahu may make you feel that you may like that person also, you may like that person also, or you may think of this thing also. This kind of energies will be there. Okay, so you have to work on it through proper righteousness and then only go ahead. Now Jupiter will be impacting your 3rd house and your 11th house also, so this also indicates that all of a sudden you may have some opportunity for your income sources, for your growth and development, and also you may get connected with someone who is unknown to you, some kind of stranger. Some communication may start all of a sudden, okay, or some short travels can be there to some far away place or some unknown place. Now since Rahu element is there here, I will also say that if you are thinking to go to some foreign place, in that regard also this Jupiter is going to help you out. In that regard it will be beneficial for you. Okay, so these are the things which Libra ascendant people has to be having proper care about. Now let us talk about the Scorpio ascendant people. Jupiter is retrograding in your 6th house, and it is basically moving towards Rahu, and Jupiter will be moving towards your 5th house also. Now to some regard I will say that this transit is a good transit, because all of a sudden you will feel that now I have to be more focused towards my learning, towards my intelligence, towards my creativity. So suppose you have some kind of talent, suppose you have some kind of extra knowledge or specialization which you know the best, which you are perfect about, on those things you will work about, or you will feel that yes, now these are the things which I will follow the most. So now this is a time when you will apply smart work, or you will apply more core intelligence, or improve it in a more innovative way. Now since it is happening in the 6th house, and you will also apply it in your day-to-day life, in your job, in your service. Okay, now since Jupiter is transiting in the 6th house, and it is impacting the 12th house also, and it is getting the impact of Saturn, the aspect of Saturn. So I will also say that you need to also be very careful regarding your health also. Okay, specifically something related to stomach ailments, digestion problem, or suppose if you are associated with any kind of troubles, health troubles related to liver or weight gain, or like diabetes or something like that. Okay, in that case also you need to be very careful. But since it is happening in the 6th house, I will say that proper healthy practices will really help you out. It will bring new solutions for it, because Jupiter is moving towards the 5th house. It is not going into the 5th house, but it is moving towards the 5th house. So it is allowing you to learn new things and apply it in your life. Okay, in that regard it is going to be very good for you. Jupiter is moving towards Rahu in the 6th house, and it is aspecting your 10th house. So here two things I will say. First thing is that this Jupiter will bring some new ideas regarding your work, regarding your working environment, or it will also help you develop your working skills, which is ultimately going to give you very good results in the upcoming future and month. But this also indicates that someone at your workspace may try to create problems in your path. Okay, may try to create some kind of politics, office politics or something, some manipulative ideas or something like that. You have to be very careful from this kind of people. Okay, although Rahu is transiting in the 6th house, so Rahu will take care of this kind of things. But initially some problems, this kind of problems may come in front of you. Later on the problems will be solved, but initially this kind of things may come up, so you have to be a bit careful regarding that. Jupiter will be aspecting your second house. Okay. Now here what I see is that some kind of expenditures can happen. Now that can be with regards to health, or that can be like you may get into some kind of dispute, or you may get into some kind of problems, and with regards to that some expenses and expenditures. So I will also say that you have to be very careful regarding your health, and also be very disciplined regarding and sincere regarding your wealth management. Try to avoid any kind of new kind of investment now. This is not a right time to do so. That is what I will say at this point of time. And also family matters, some conflict or disputes or arguments between you and your family members can all of a sudden come in front of you. So you have to be working on that regard also. Okay. So that's it for the Scorpio ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograding in the 5th house, and Jupiter is the Lagna Lord. Jupiter is the 4th Lord. Now Lagna Lord is retrograding in the 5th house. So here the first and foremost thing is that you have to be working more on your decision making, specifically your day-to-day decision making, management and planning. That is what your 5th house and 1st house is all about. Certain matters which you may feel that it is good, or you may feel that everything is okay, that may not be that good, because here Jupiter is not only retrograde but also it is moving towards Rahu. So what will happen, that you take a decision and you feel that it is all good, it is all okay. Later on it comes to be something else, and you have to change your decisions, and you have to make sure that you are taking some other way out. Okay, so it is just like one after the another. So you have to learn from your mistakes. This is the first thing. Second thing is that until and unless you are completely sure about some kind of decision, try to have a proper learning about it. That is what 5th house is all about: intelligence and creativity, skill sets. So work on it and then only take proper decisions. Otherwise try to hold to it, because this Rahu will make you feel that yes, you can take that shortcut, you can do that, you can do this. Okay, and that can lead to problems. This is the first thing which I will say. Second thing is that it is the Lagna Lord moving towards Rahu. It is also getting aspect of Saturn. So you have to be very careful regarding your health also. Certain matters related to your health may be like you may feel that it is getting disturbed, or suppose if you are suffering from some kind of illness or ailment, you may feel that it is taking a bit time to recover, or you may feel a bit more time to recover. There can be some kind of laziness or lethargy also to some extent because of this impact of Rahu and Saturn. Okay, so these are the things which needs to be taken care of. Now on the brighter side, 5th house is also the house of learning, moving towards Rahu. That means some kind of innovative learning, scientific ideas, research based ideas. So if you are having any kind of educational plan related to this, or if you are thinking to start your learning with regards to this kind of technological ideas, then this transit of Jupiter is going to be highly beneficial for you. Although there can be some kind of difficulties also initially, but later on it will be highly beneficial for you. Jupiter will impact your 11th house. It will look onto your 11th house. So more you are allowing yourself to learn from these technological ideas or innovative ideas, or you are improving your skill set, your creativity, more it is going to bring good results, or it will open new opportunities of growth and development, because it is impacting your 11th house. It is bringing more changes, positive changes with regards to growth and development, improvement in your income, and this also seems that it may bring some new opportunity with regards to your employment or new job opportunities also. Jupiter is your 4th lord getting impacted in the 5th house. Now this is also a Raj Yoga. You may take it as a Raj Yoga also. So in that regard, it indicates that if you are working on your learning, you are working more hard at your workplace, this may bring you to some new heights. You may be able to achieve your goals. In positive way, this can be taken. Now, here one more thing I will say, that since it is your fourth lord getting afflicted retrograde in the fifth house, so you have to be very careful regarding the bonding between you and your mother. You have to be very careful regarding the health of your mother, or certain matters related to your home or the house where you live in. Means you have to be looking into each and everything in a proper manner. Like suppose something which is disturbing you, you have to work on it, and you will be able to work on it, because since it is retrograding in the fifth house. Okay, so just look into the things which you feel that needs to be taken care of, but you might have been ignoring from the past few days or past few months. So now this is the time when you will be able to work on it in a proper manner, and you will be able to complete it. You will be successful in that. Okay, so that's it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograde in the fourth house. Jupiter is moving towards Rahu, and Jupiter happens to be your 12th lord. Jupiter happens to be your third lord. So basically here, the first and foremost thing which I will say is that you have to be very careful regarding the health of your mother, bonding between you and your mother. Any matter related to your home or homely environment has to be given first priority. Certain matters related to your home or where you are living in, which you might be ignoring or it is pending from last few months or few days or something like that, you have to be very careful regarding those things. Okay, because it will directly impact you now. Or you may also feel that later on I will work on it. So this kind of feelings can also be there, because Rahu element is there. Rahu will try to make you feel like that, but later on, as the days goes by, you will feel as if the time is going by and you have to rush now. Yes, I have to do this, I have to do that. This kind of feeling will be there. Okay, and this kind of feeling may be more when Mars enters the sign of Libra. Why? For the Capricorn ascendant people, Libra happens to be the 10th house, and now Mars is transiting in the sign of Virgo in your 9th house. At present also Mars is aspecting in the 4th house. Your 4th lord is Mars. Okay, so now also the things are like, you may feel that certain things are there which you have to work upon, but you may feel, you may come into that Rahu element, that Rahu energy, but when Mars enters the sign of Libra, that time it will be like an opposition, mutual aspect, mutual opposition. So that time you may feel that as if the time has run away. Okay, so you have to look into the fact that what are the things you need to make sure to improve your domestic happiness, family happiness, bonding between you and your mother. Okay, yes, one more thing, vehicles. Suppose your vehicle needs to be properly mended, or proper servicing is required, or suppose you are traveling to some other place, so you have to make sure that your vehicles are properly serviced, properly mended, and properly taken care of. Okay, these are the things has to be looked into. Jupiter will be impacting your 10th house. Here it indicates that more you are applying your wisdom in an innovative manner, more in a creative manner, using more technological ideas, more it will give you good results at your workplace. This will not only bring your work in a easy mode, but also you will see that as the time goes by, this will make your work far more successful, and it will be like more towards like that putting efforts in a more innovative manner and getting the good results out of your work. Okay, now Jupiter happens to be your 12th lord and 3rd lord retrograding in the 4th house. So this also indicates that there can be some kind of change with regards to your work. Change means, like suppose you got into some kind of movement from one place to another. There can be some chances of relocation also, or there can be some chances of like you may get some opportunity of work and you have to move to one place to another. This kind of feelings can be there, or this kind of situation can occur. Okay, Jupiter will be impacting your 12th house and 8th house. So at one way this is very good transit with regards to spirituality or spiritual learning, but in one another way I will also say that you have to be very careful regarding your health also. Proper health discipline, proper health management will really give you very good results. So that's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograde in the 3rd house. Now Jupiter happens to be your 2nd lord. Jupiter happens to be your 11th lord. Now since it is retrograde in the 3rd house, so it indicates that now you have to put extra effort, or you have to change the due course of your efforts in some more innovative way, in some more different way, in order to improve your finances, in order to improve your income, your growth and development. It indicates that certain change is required in your thinking, in your thought process, in order to improve your development, income opportunities and growth in your life, and also improve the finances. Now since Jupiter is your 2nd lord and your 11th lord, it is retrograding in the 3rd house and it is moving towards the 2nd house. It is not changing the sign, but it is moving towards the 2nd house. It means with implementing more technological ideas or scientific ideas, more innovative ideas, you may be able to generate more income. And what I see is that some good opportunity to have more income, more wealth, or it will be making you very focused towards development and prosperity. Okay. Since your 2nd lord is afflicted in the 3rd house, this also indicates that certain matters related to your family members or family matter may disturb you, maybe make you it will make you feel that you have to put extra effort to make those things correct. Or 2nd house is also the house of family values or our value system. So you may feel that that your value system is getting conflicted, or it is getting contradicted, or you may feel that this is not right, that is right, or this kind of dilemma can be there, confusion can be there. That will be more due to the impact of Rahu, but you will be able to work on it by yourself, because Saturn is aspecting it, and Saturn is your Lagna lord. Initially you may feel that something is not correct, but you may feel the dilemma that should I rectify it or not. This kind of dilemma will be there. But since Saturn is transiting in the 1st house, and after 4th of November when Saturn turns direct, you will be able to take the right decisions. So you have to work hard from now, and later on you will see as the days come by, things will be much more better for you. Some chances of short travel, some chances of travels to some far away places are seen during this particular transit. Okay. And what I will say that you have to put some extra effort in order to maintain a proper communication between you and your partner, both at the personal level and at the professional level, because Jupiter is moving in the retrograde motion in the 3rd house, and it is aspecting the 7th house. Okay, so these are the things which I will focus for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, Jupiter is the Lagna lord, Jupiter is the 10th lord. It is retrograding in the 2nd house, moving towards Rahu. So this indicates that there can be a strong feeling within you to make yourself more financially independent. So there can be some kind of conflict or disturbances between you and your family members, or some matter related to family regarding wealth and finances. Some things can be there which may lead to some kind of anxiety or arguments. This kind of things are seen. Or you may feel that now time has come when I have to be more financially independent in order to make a proper stand in front of the world. So here two things I will say, that follow your dreams, follow your aims and ambitions, but again at the same time try to have the proper righteous thinking towards your value system, towards your culture, towards your morals. Okay, that is also what second house is. And since Rahu is transiting now, Rahu does not follow the rules and traditions. That is what Rahu energy is. Rahu will make you feel that no, you should not do this, you can do that also. This kind of feeling will be there. Okay, so you have to use your wisdom, you have to use your righteousness, and then only you have to go ahead, and that will give you really good results in the upcoming days, trust me. Because initially you may feel that no, I have to be very professional, I have to think about this, I have to think about that, and it will be more towards self-centered thinking. Because 10th house and Lagna Lord Jupiter is retrograding in the second house. Okay, so you may feel that now the time has come when I have to think only about myself. This kind of feeling can be there, but I will say that it will be like more towards your that Rahu energy will come into the play. It will make you more elusive, and that dilemma will come in front of you. So you have to work accordingly, thinking what is true, what is justice, towards the justice, and that will give you very much good results. Because don't forget, Saturn will be aspecting from the 12th house. So if you take any wrong decisions, so later on you may feel that you could have thought more wisely. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing is that this retrograde motion of Jupiter will also give you some good results with regards to like new opportunity at your work, success at your work, or suppose if you are thinking to change your job profile, in that regard also this Jupiter transit is going to give you very good results. Or it may be like you may feel that no, now I have to try for something better in order to improve my income, in order to improve my wealth or financial status. This kind of feelings can be there. So you may think of something good position, so you have to strive more hard for it, you have to work hard for it, and you will be able to do it, specifically when Saturn turns direct on 4th of November onwards. Okay. Now Jupiter is aspecting your 10th house, so in that regard also this Jupiter will help you regard your work environment. And one thing, you have to be very careful regarding your work ethics, because now this can lead to some kind of conflict between you and your authorities, because you may feel that I will be able to do it in a more innovative way, in a more creative manner. Okay, but your authorities and superiors may not like that. So in that regard you have to make sure that you prove yourself, you prove a point in a proper manner, and then you go ahead. Jupiter will be impacting your 8th house. Now here I will say that this is a very good opportunity to have a proper step towards the spiritual learning also. This Jupiter will allow you to have a proper means some good opportunity for occult learning, occult science, spiritual learning, or spiritual growth. Okay, Jupiter will look onto your 8th house, so that means it will try to bring up some matters between you and your in-laws, some unresolved matters. All of a sudden it may come in front of you, but since it is Jupiter and is concerned, it is the planet Jupiter, so you will be able to resolve it in the due course of time. Only one thing I will say, that during this particular time, if you are thinking to investment, or you are thinking or you are planning for some kind of financial decisions, so if you are not sure about something, don't go for it. That is what I will say, because some kind of dilemma can be there, confusion can be there, illusion can be there. If you are 100% sure about it, if you are thinking that yes, this is the only way and this is the best way, check each and everything, then only go ahead. Otherwise I will say that wait for some time. Okay, so that's it for the Pisces ascendant people. I hope that you have liked this video, and this is for all the 12 ascendant signs. If you have liked this video, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones, so that they may also come to know regarding this retrograde motion of Jupiter having in the sign of Aries starting from 4th of September 2023 till 31st of December 2023, and your comments are always welcome to me. If you want a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section, and you can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. All the links are available down in the description section. If you are new to this channel, then I will request you from the core of my heart to tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. And next time when I come back, I will be coming back with some another interesting video. So I am signing off for today, thanking you. Bye bye.